So all our ingredients are in. You can see how amazingly it layers. Other thing you'll notice is I've laid it that the most water content foods are at the bottom. So that means that the tomato has got most water in it, it's at the bottom. And then it goes up, up, up to drier, drier. That's so that the blades, when they start spinning, have something to grab onto. Because if you throw the dry stuff in first, it'll probably get stuck, and then you'll have to use the tamper to squash it or take it all out and put it back in. So this makes it blend a lot easier. Other things you could add are things like garlic, if you like garlic, or any of the other herbs. Oregano is one that comes to mind. But you can play with flavors there. But let's get this blending and see what it looks like. Ready. You want to leave it blending till you don't hear knocks and things, because when it's knocking, well, there are little bits that are still solid bouncing around, and we want our soup to be completely smooth. So you want to blend it until it looks and sounds like it's completely smooth. So very much depends on what you've actually put in the blender. Okay. Now, one of the most important things obviously is the taste test, because have you put enough salt? Did you put in too much spice? You've got to test all of the stuff, and that you really can do only with your taste buds. So a teaspoon comes in handy for that. Wow, that is quite spicy, but I love it. It is excellent. So I'm going to pour that out into a bowl. And you can see the amazing orange color in that. If you wanted it more red, you can add in more cayenne pepper or more goji berries. That'll make it more red. Now you have to garnish something properly, and what I like the most is the sprouts that I've grown in the kitchen garden sprouters. These are alfalfa, amazing sprouts. Most people have had alfalfa at some point. Grow them in your kitchen garden sprouter and then use a handful of that on top. Perfect. Now you've got some living green sprout energy in your soup. And that's it. We've made a tomato soup. It's taken us maximum 5 minutes. It tastes amazing. It looks amazing. Anyone's going to be impressed and think that you've been slaving away at the stove for hours. Well, all you've done is just blended up a few things. So we're going to tuck into that and enjoy that. And try this at home. See how it works out. If it's not going smooth enough, maybe you need to lightly steam your vegetables to get it soft enough. Maybe your blender can't handle the solidness. But just try it. You'll figure out a way to make it delicious. Now, why is this soup better than buying a soup off the shelf in a supermarket somewhere, a packaged one, a ready-made meal? Firstly, you've put your own love, attention, and energy into making it. Mom's food always tastes better than any other food, and there's a reason for that, because she loves to feed her children. And in that way, when someone makes it themselves, there's always an energy of love and caring that comes through with that food, and that can't be matched with anything that you buy in the shop. Secondly, you've had control over the ingredients, so you know exactly what's gone in there. You know you've put in good organic ingredients, and you have not put in any poisons. What poisons could be in there? Well, there could be preservatives, there could be flavorants, there could be colorants, there could be all manner of poisons present in packaged soups that you've got to be careful of. You have to read the ingredients and then you'll learn about that. What else here? It's as quick as maybe pouring something in and mixing it through, maybe a little bit longer, but certainly not as long as doing it on a stove, so blending is much quicker for that. And I suppose also you learning how to feed yourself as opposed to relying on a shop or someone else to do it for you, which is so important to do. Knowing what to do for yourself to nourish yourself. Taking that time for yourself to actually honor your body. It's the only body you have in this life. And if you're expecting someone else to do it for you, it's not going to happen. You're just going to get inferior grade, low nutrient dense foods that are not going to give your body what it needs, which is that nutrient boost. The other thing, of course, is that the extreme processing that a lot of these things go through to get onto the shelf means that it's been very denatured. So any vitamins, minerals, nutrients, and certainly antioxidants are probably not even there anymore by the time you end up eating it. So what's the point of eating food if it's not actually giving you nutrition? We eat for nutrition, for nutrients. So you need to make your own to make sure you're getting the nutrients in. That's enough reasons to start making your own soup. And lastly, of course, is it tastes amazing. So for flavor, you can add flavors to it. Okay, enough talking, make your own. Okay, excellent, thank you. Sayonara. That's the best soup ever. Yeah, I think everyone's going to want to try this. Come along. We got some more bowls back there, Lex.
Quite expensive.
They're around 70 a kilo, so if we were using 100 grams, that was a lot.
But normally in the Pick and Pay or whatever, they sell these little packets for
Oh yeah, they rip people off massively
100
like
grams
that.
for like 20 bucks.
Yeah.
100 grams of?
Nuts.
Alfalfa, right?
Yep.
Protein.
They're all protein. Oh, you want it now? Yeah. Teaspoons, but hey.
Thank you very much.
There's big spoons here.
Oh, you got big spoons. Oh, yeah.
No, I think the small spoons are nicer. It makes it go longer.
It's a little half a litre.
You used hot water, right? Hot soup.
Oh.
That's amazing. Feels so light. It's like eating light. You are eating light. Transformed light. Light and sound.
I mean, if you put boiling water in, because you like your soup piping hot.
You don't have to
Would it
use
work?
boiling water. The kettle has an anomaly point, or water does, at 70 Celsius. It doesn't like going above 70, because that's where the molecules start being deranged. Now your kettle will go to around, it'll take, most of its time will be around 70. It'll quickly go to 70 and it'll stay there for about half the time it's boiling. And then at the very end, for the last, say, 10 seconds, it'll shoot up to 100. So you can stop it, say, 20 seconds before it boils, and it'll be at 70, not at 100. And your water wouldn't have deranged, and it's not boiling.
But I think...
And that'll burn your mouth.
So
55 will...
if you want it really hot...
55 will burn your mouth.
It's not going to change the effect or anything.
Yeah.
How about for people use it for killing germs and such?
What's a germ?
It's just an
No, I'm
organism.
bacteria.
Yeah. Our heaviest organ in our body is bacteria, right? Kilogram of flora.
More cells, more organisms, bacterial organisms and cells in our body.
Are you serious?
So then whose body is it? It's more of them than there are of us.
Well, I'm certainly that
who's
which...
us? Who are them?
Well, I'm that which is conscious of both of them.
Someone's overrun with parasites and candida and yeast and mold, which are also just bacteria, which most people are. That stuff likes a certain brand of food as its energy. Refined carbs, refined sugars, and processed meat, or meat. So you think about the consciousness of all those millions and millions of organisms and your consciousness from your cells, which is far smaller in proportion-wise and how many units there are. Like, people think, well, yeah, I have free will about eating this junk. You're right. It's the yeast, mold, fungus, bacteria, and parasites that are influencing your consciousness to eat what they want.
Absolutely. Like, even then this morning, I was hungry. I was like, I got Superfoods coming. I mustn't eat crap. And I bought Jungle Oats bars. And I was like, sorry, Jungle Oats, but like, it's not very healthy, is it? It's sugar and stuff, right?
Yeah, totally.
And like, oh, then when I'm coming home, there's like banana bread. I just don't have very much money to eat very well at the moment, but like, I was like, eat it, eat it, eat it. I eat all this carby stuff, and like, there's a mango there, and there's banana bread, and I'm like, I know which one's good for me, but I got to eat it. I'm feeding the...
You're being possessed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you...
Who am I feeding?
Bacteria, candida, fungus, molds, yeast.
We have a visitor.
And the
Yes,
corporations.
Hello.
How are
And the
you?
corporations.
Yeah, good thing.
So should we check this outside in the garden?
Let's.
I've got to hold my own, 'cause maybe love's not what I expected. Gotta run, run, run to the nearest exit. Maybe I'm scared. Maybe I'm scared. Maybe I'm scared. Maybe I'm scared. Gotta run, run, run. Gotta run, run, run. Gotta run, run, run. Maybe I'm scared of being alone, but baby I've got to hold my own, 'cause maybe love's not what I expected. day we met. I've been dreaming of a broken heart, and I can't forget.